Poor Source. I guess his team hates him. No, but on a serious note, like I think Bwipo is actually really good. His style is a bit different than Source, and they both have some different opinions, which I think is just really healthy because then they get to discuss a lot of things.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller. I'm once more sitting with Broxah. Congrats on another win, yay!
Yeah, thanks.
Regular season is over now. You guys finished with 14 wins and 4 losses.
Yeah.
Checking you. Are you happy with how the season went overall, given that you had a rough start?
Overall, I'm really happy with how the season went for us. I think like we only have 4 losses out of 18 games, so that's pretty nice. And some of those losses were games that we should have won. Like for example, against H2K, we were so far up. Against Misfits, they had 3 inhibs down and sat in their base for 30 minutes. Yeah. Against Vitality, it was a bit rough, and we just got outplayed. And then the second Misfits game, I don't even remember. Oh, they had their Nivea.
Yeah, they had it.
So it was like 2 out of the games we should have won at least. And overall, can't really complain about winning this many games.
You really can't. I mean, oh no, we won so many games. It's
exactly.
Feel so lonely at the top right now. Well, okay. So Splice and G2 are playing right now, so we can't yet talk about that. But I know your predictions, of course. We'll see about that. Out of all the teams, which one would you like to face the most in terms of which team do you think will give you the most competition at the end of the day? Most run for your money?
So as far as I'm aware of, we're going to play either 4th or 5th place.
Yep.
And I think Vitality is 4th.
Yep.
And I'm not sure who...
H2K is 5th.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Vitality is 2K.
If Rocket managed to beat Splice or G2, depending on that, then you would face them as well. So it's one of those 3 teams.
Yeah, but
pretty sure.
I think how it works is that in semifinals we play either Vitality or H2K, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think it's like so. I think it's the way. Let's see, the highest finish essentially gets to dodge you guys. So say that Rocket does win against whoever, and Vitality wins, for example, then you wouldn't have to play Vitality.
Oh, this way. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But
Vitality,
yeah, I mean,
Rocket.
Obviously we want to avoid G2, we want to avoid Splice, we want to avoid Vitality. We're most likely going to face Vitality with how it's looking, I think. Which means it's going to be a rough semi-final. I mean, regardless, it's going to be a tough game for us, but we're hoping to meet some of the more underdog teams. I think no matter who we go up against, we're favorites, but yeah, the 3 other top teams have a higher chance of taking us down.
For sure. Besides yourselves, I guess. I mean, at this point, Fnatic looks so dominant that you guys are the only ones that couldn't stop you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're doing well now, but at the same time, it was the same last summer split.
True. Like
we won almost every game, and then we go to semis, and then we just lose, and then we go 3rd place match, and everyone's sad. Yeah. So this time we would like to actually not choke in semifinals.
For once, it would be the first time in like more than 2 years, I believe, that Fnatic would make finals again.
Yeah, I think it has just been like 3rd place at max the last 2 years. It has been rough, but we're looking to turn it around, so that's nice.
Exactly, and Worlds, was alright, getting out of groups and all that, and yeah, 3rd place match against H2K. Remember that being an insane series, a lot of fun, insane series from Reckless and stuff. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Now MVP votes are coming around the corner. I think you're a hot contender for jungler of the split. Who do you think is gonna be your #1 competition?
I think Xerxes and Yankos are going to be in top 3 for sure. I'm not sure where I stand right now because there has been so much less talk than me this split compared to last split, because this split I've had a bit more of a supportive role in a way, whereas last split I was more carry type of player, if you can put it that way. So I'm not even sure what other teams or like everyone around the scene think of me right now. Like I'm not even sure. I hope I can at least get into the top 3, but realistically speaking, I don't know. But I think both Xerxes and Jankos are going to be somewhere in top 3.
Pretty sure, yeah. It seems like the top 3 is relatively set, so maybe don't worry too much about it. I think after the Elder Drake steal, you secured your place in the top 3.
I mean, if I don't get in top 3, then I know that next split, there's only one thing to do, and it's to pick Lee Sin some more and make some big plays.
Okay.
Then that's the way to go, So it would be a learning experience.
Very excited about that. Do you think that Lee Sin is still viable, though? Because, I mean, after the Tracker's Knife changes and all that, I mean, he got buffed a little bit, I think, recently.
I think he's playable to an extent, but it has to be like in the right scenario, in the right matchup and all. And the problem is that I feel like right now in Lee Sin you have to go Relic Shield, and it's really awkward to go Relic Shield on his jungler, I mean, if you have to go for a support item on a jungle champion, then something is wrong. Like, that's how I look at it. Then something in the game is not how it should be. So you're already on the back foot. And then it's like, if you don't want to go for the support item, then you just don't have any wards. So I feel like you don't have much of a choice, and that kind of sucks. So I hope they're going to do something, like maybe give him some special item, like Victor has his thingy, so maybe Lee Sin could have some sort of Sightstone or whatever. I think that could be a good solution, and I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, maybe like a version where he doesn't get the Sightstone, so he doesn't get the vision, but just things to hop on, and then still make plays and so.
But at the same time, it will still require some big change for him to be viable and competitive, I think. Like even before, when Traggers was there, he was really bad and competitive, and it's the same for Elise and all these types of heavy early game champs, Rek'Sai as well.
All your favorite junglers, basically.
Pretty much, they just don't fit in right now. So maybe one day the meta will switch towards that. That would be nice.
Riot just hates you, man.
Maybe they do. Hopefully not. that would suck.
Yeah, I can see Rek'Sai getting back into it though. I mean, I can definitely see that. Nocturne got a huge buff, and I think Dracos or Vedius put out a tweet, hey, I know for some of the teams out there it's still about something, but if you do play Nocturne on LCS, you will be forever my favorite player of the split. Nobody picked it. Nobody wants Vedius' love.
I mean, unlucky, man. They tried to buff the champ. Maybe it's enough, maybe it's not. I guess we'll see in quarters, semis, and finals.
Okay. Yes, he said that ever since 8.5 was released with the buffs, he's been perma-banning Nocturne. So that's maybe something to go.
Well, I think the champion sure has potential, but it's really YOLO to pick it, especially in best of one, in a match that means something for almost every team. So it's like a really high risk, and therefore, when it's best of 5, I think it's much higher chance of someone actually pulling it off.
Okay. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I'm hoping to see him back, because he's like one of the few junglers I can sometimes play, maybe. But I'm also so trash. So.
Well, I still have nightmares after Worlds. There was a level 6 Nocturne holding our level 3 Karma on bot lane at like 5 minutes. Whew. I think our Worlds team has some Nocturne nightmares after that.
Just wake up and
yeah. Never playing against Nocturne again.
The future, like for a while, you always had to perma-ban it to get it out of the system and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like next level nightmare, next level Nocturne ult. So let's talk a bit about Bwipo, because Bwipo came into the team, played 2 games now, has shown really convincing performances. Everyone thought people were even nominating him for Rookie of the Split all of a sudden after 2 games. Maybe a bit dodgy, but no, nonetheless, a lot of hype, and I think a lot of it is justified. What's your experience playing with him? Yeah. Setting him up so nicely instead of Soaz, who's just left alone again today getting something.
Poor Soaz. I guess his team hates him. No, but on a serious note, I think Bwipo is actually really good. His style is a bit different than Soaz, and they both have some different opinions, which I think is just really healthy, because then they get to discuss a lot of things, and at the same time, well, obviously there's been the meme that Soaz doesn't play much solo queue, which used to be the case last year, but now he's actually playing a ton, so it's not as beneficial. But coming into the split, I thought it would be really good, because Bwipo spams solo queue, and then he has someone to discuss matchups with, like him and Soaz, I mean. But yeah, I think he's just really, really smart about the game. He has a lot of game knowledge, even though he's a new guy. So I think what matters the most for him is to get used to playing on stage, because playing at home is so different than playing on stage. Like I remember first time I played on stage, there's so many things you have to get used to. Like I think the big one for me was that we play with white noise in our ears, and I couldn't focus at all. It was like impossible because it's so loud and I couldn't hear anything and my ears were exploding and all this. But when you actually get used to it, you don't even notice at all. And there's just so many things to get used to. But I think once he has gotten used to that, he's going to be really solid.
Okay, that's good to hear. I can confirm because yesterday we got to play test on stage. Of course, I chose Fnatic side, and of course, new AD for Fnatic. Well, maybe per sources, but yeah, I got to play with the headsets, and when I first put it on, the white noise just. For 5 minutes, I couldn't really think. It was so weird. And then the way the voices go directly into your head as well, it's such a weird feeling, man. Like, headache incoming. But your first game I still remember was the game against Vitality where you picked Lee Sin and sidestepped that Cassiopeia ult.
Well, funnily enough, like my first 2 series in LCS are the 2 series where I have the most highlight plays.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. But yeah, I don't know.
And ever since it's just going downhill.
Yeah, like I guess I have to shake in my pants and be nervous for me to actually pull off some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe nervosity can be a good factor sometimes as well. Wasn't an issue at Worlds whatsoever?
I think in the beginning, like I think it was actually really good for us to play plane stage because some of us were pretty nervous in like the first few games. At least I was really nervous. Like it actually felt like being a rookie again, and at the Worlds you can just feel that there's so much more pressure. So. Yeah, the first games were pretty rough, but the thing was that once we actually got to the group stage, we already got used to it. So it was so nice, and I think that gave us a bit of an edge. Obviously, that didn't show because we went 0-3, but that's details. Whatever.
A second week worked out. So.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, results is all that matter. I remember 2015, the big year for Europe in many ways. Europe was doing horrible in week 1 again, and CLG didn't win any games, but Cloud9 did really well. I think they won all their games. TSM won a couple of games, and then second week they went 0-9. And now this last year they went 0-10. So second week NA always good for the remaining teams.
Tough life.
Unlucky, man. What do they need to change to turn the second week around? Like, what is it? First week works fine, and the second week...
Well, what we did was just, we just agreed that now we're going to fully YOLO it. we went from, for example, playing tank junglers to playing Rek'Sai every game.
Yeah.
So. Which is like 2 completely different things, but suddenly we just realized that, okay, this is not working. Now we're just going to YOLO it and go full ham and try to catch them off guard, which was something we were actually really good at in Europe. Like often when things were going wrong, we would just go crazy and just go full aggro and no one ever saw it coming. And somehow it worked at Worlds too. So yeah, I think once something is going wrong, you just need to realize that you're going to have to change things up and do something crazy to make a comeback.
Sounds like really good advice, I think. Yeah, I'm going to use that in real life. I've been wondering, so you're obviously into fitness in general, but have there been any other sports that you've been playing, like as a teenager and stuff?
I've played a lot of football, for like around 10 years or something overall.
What position?
I played striker.
You as a striker? I mean...
Well, you probably don't expect it, but the thing was I'm actually really fast.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like, at first, because the thing was I played for a few years and then I'd break and then a few years and break, and it happened like this. And when I started again when I was a bit older, I obviously got put as a defender in the first place. And then at some point my coach realized that I'm really, really fast because, I just took the ball and then I just ran towards the goal and they couldn't really catch up on me. And then suddenly I became a striker instead.
From center back to striker, yeah, that sounds like a good move.
Oh, I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, okay, that's you have the muscle, but also the pace. That sounds like a deadly combination, kind of like Hulk from Brazil and so.
Yeah, this guy is so cool.
He was so OP on FIFA, man. Like, I remember, 30-meter long shot always goes in. Do you have like any football idols? I mean,
Yeah.
Thomas Delaney is fucking insane.
Steven Gerrard.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I've always been a Liverpool fan, so Steven Gerrard is my boy.
I don't know whether you caught the game, but right before your series today, Salah banked in 4 goals today, 4 in 1 match. So
That's not bad. Like, to be honest, I've been slagging a lot when it comes to football. Like, I used to follow it so much, but now after I became pro player, it's just like...
Just esports.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I play and watch some league, and then in rare occasions, I watch some CSGO majors, but...
Do you have a favorite CSGO team other than Fnatic?
Maybe
you're not allowed
biased.
to say.
I'm pretty biased. I do like Fnatic.
Yeah, and they're really good again, finally.
Yeah, they're doing well, so...
Shout out to the Fnatic CSGO team. Is there anything you would like to say to the Fnatic fans and to the Danish fans you will 100% see now in Copenhagen? Because last time we spoke, it was like not quite there, 100%.
Yeah. Well, I guess I just want to say thanks for the support, and also thanks for welcoming Bwipo so nicely. It actually reminds me of when I joined the team myself. Like, everyone just starts following you and throwing you so many nice messages, and the exact same thing happening to Bwipo is so nice to see. So thanks a lot.
Awesome. Well, this was Broxah from Fnatic and Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that interview. This is a generic end card, so make sure to click here for another interview or here for a different interview. And if you want to check out more content, specifically from the NALCS, make sure to visit theshotcaller.net for more interviews and other esports content. Have a good day.